ROCHA FIRME Academy. Training for teachers and other professionals.
God has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 9. This is the ROCHA FIRME Academy Ethos and Philosophy series. Today's topic is, what is our origin? To begin to discuss this question, it is fair to first briefly describe what we do. ROCHA FIRME Academy is a full school comprising pre-primary, primary, and secondary education. The preschool is registered with the Ministry for Gender, Child, and Social Action, whereas the primary and secondary school is registered with the Ministry of Education and Human Development in compliance with the legal requirements in Mozambique. Nevertheless, the registration is collectively one deemed as an independent, co-educational private school. As a school, we offer Christian education by employing an international curriculum suited for home and day schooling, namely Love to Learn, in conjunction with creative Bible-based programs and activities which are supplemented by historical and geographical elements of local relevance in Mozambique, deriving from credible academic sources. Sports and arts are also integrated as curriculum-based and extracurricular lessons. ROCHA FIRME means Rock of Ages. Why this name? Our school bears this name because it was founded on the character of God as a rock that picks us up from a state of purposelessness to a place of life, growth, productivity, and a divine purpose, worthy of heaven and earth. This is described in one of our key scriptures, Psalm 40 verse 2, which is essentially what Jesus has done for us. This name also depicts God's unshakable and unchangeable character, thereby making us secure in Him. Why and how did the school start? Streaming from three different fields of work, namely education, law, and faith ministry, the indication of the essential need for ROCHA FIRME Academy became crystal clear to its founders. Generally speaking, that indication entailed the following. 1. Extremely poor performance of first-year learners at universities. 2. The ever-increasing need for a learner to do a remedial course before enrolling for a college degree. 3. The very wide gap in knowledge processing, interpretation, and application between local or regional and overseas learners. 4. The injustices that children in families and other societal structures encounter in their developmental stages because of corporate and business ambitions and demands. It so happened that a property suited for this need became available in the southern city of Matola, Mozambique. Matola has always been home to many local and foreign families. Unlike other major cities, Matola emerges as a meeting point for commercial, social, cultural, and family activity. As the local economy rose to the occasion of many business opportunities, so did the need to cater for family needs. Therefore, ROCHA FIRME Academy was about to begin in the right place and at the right time, and the year was 2016. In retrospect, in the early 90s, the plot of land that was to become ROCHA FIRME Academy served as a family chicken farm, with 3 15 by 10 meter pavilions where eggs and chickens were produced for not only Matola City but also Boani District and Maputo City. It followed that the land use swiftly moved from farming practices to hospitality services as 2 new buildings were erected, which began lodging families from abroad Mozambique in the late 90s. As God would have it, it so happened that the head of one of the families that resided on the premises was a pastor, and they started a Sunday school for underprivileged children from within the community. This program operated with dual functionality, as a church and as a school. It grew extremely fast, such that it became one of the most prominent schools in the province, namely Emmanuel School, which later moved to a different location. Whilst the property was being revamped between 2016 and 2017, and the government authorization was being processed for the new school, region-wide research on education was being conducted by a small team for the school to have regional relevance. The school was to have not just national or overseas relevance, but also regional relevance, and this was the purpose of this research. It was part of the preparation to open ROCHA FIRME Academy. Finally, in 2018, our sparkling clean and brand new school premises opened up, and in April of 2019, we celebrated its official opening, where Mozambique's Minister of Education, Dra. Conceita Sortane, and the Honorable Governor of Maputo Province, Dr. Raimundo Diomba, inaugurated the school. Our origin is families. We are about families. This is the origin of ROCHA FIRME Academy. God has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began. 2 Timothy 1 verse 9. We thank you for listening.